Okay, this is Dara. Welcome back. Here we are in video number 3 on setting up our homeschool hub. If you have not seen the first 2 videos, I suggest you go back and watch the first 2. In this video, we're going to be setting up our enrolled courses. So in video 2, we set up our table for just tracking, housing the courses that we are going to offer for our school. And in this one, we're going to show how to show a student actually enrolled into a particular course. So if you're clicking, like notice I'm clicking down here and things happened, it's because I'm in the table. I'm going back up to my planning area and now I'm on the page. All right, so I'm always finding myself in that predicament, but it's so simple to get out of. So all right, here's backslash table, and again we're going with inline table. And I'm calling this enrolled courses. Okay. And so this time now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking like maybe this class and I'm going to say, well, here are the students that are taking that class and here's their information for that class. I'm going to make it individualized to them. So again, I like to work with my properties by opening the first record and starting with that one. I'm just going to use a quick cheat here of putting D or Z to show which student is taking the course, because that way if they're both enrolled in a course, I know which one belongs to who without having to do other things. Like if I'm trying to pull up a page, let's just go down here. If I do @ and then start typing the name of a page, I'm going to actually have 3 instances of this if I don't put some kind of space in front of it that shows which one I'm talking about. And you can see sometimes they get very long, so I want to put it in the front and not the back. So that's the only reason I'm doing that. It's kind of a cheat. If you have separate tables, if you've done this individually for your students, that's not necessary. But then again, like I said, with the classes, it's harder to share the courses if I build it as separate, unique things. Right, so again, this is going to be, and I'm just going to and then put that page name in there. Oops, dystopian fiction. So what this does, it allows me, I can click on this and it takes me back to that instance of the page, right? Or you could just write in the name, or you can even rename it. Like maybe you call it a different title for the enrolled instance, all up to you. Here I'm going to say which student is taking the course. I'm going to say person, and this time we're talking about Daya. And then I want to actually link the courses together. So all the properties that I have in this class, I want it to come down here because this is the view the student is looking at. They're not going to be looking at this view of the course. This is just for me to keep track as the student, as the lead of the homeschool, for me to keep track of the course itself, but they won't see this because there's stuff down here in the content that I don't want them to have access to. I want them to have access to when I've actually assigned the class, assigned the assignments. So in order to link these two things together, I'm going to change this to be courses, and I'm going to say that the property type is a relation. Okay, so I'm relating these two databases together. Okay. And then again, I'm going to look for that particular course. Okay, and then the same way I can click through here, I could click through there to see it. But again, the student doesn't really need to click through. Everything that they need to know will be right here. All right, and the little symbol here, that arrow, that shows that I'm linking to another table, another database. All right, so now I want to grab that. So now I want to grab the information from there that was really important. So the first thing I want is, the credit information. And I'm going to say this time roll up. And then when I click on it, I'm going to say pick from that table again, but this time pick the credit information. So that's how much this course is worth. The next property, I'm going to actually say credit earned. And I'm going to make that a number. So now the reason I'm doing this is that First of all, when I do my tables that show the credits that are planned and the transcripts, I'm not going to be able to access this roll up. It's just the way it works. You can't kind of roll up to a roll up. So I want to show credits earned, but also if they don't finish, like maybe, halfway through this course, they're like, this is just not my gig. I want to do something else. Well, they still get half of the credit because they did half the course. So I would go ahead and say like how much credits they actually earned in the end. All right. The next piece that I want to grab over is that login information. So they'll know how to log in. So again, roll up. And I'm going to select that course again and the login. And then the next one is going to be the URL so they can actually get to the page. Now, again, this URL here, like this is just informational because in fact, what I've done is you saw in the assignments, I actually embedded the lecture. So they don't necessarily have to come here in the instance of this particular course, but maybe there's something else they want to look up, or I don't know. It's just good to bring it down. But they will need the username and password so they can log into the lecture even in the embedded space. And then I'm going to bring down that workbook. Okay, so here's the textbook. The last thing that I like to add just at this stage, and there's some other like inputs that are going to come in here when we do the other tables, but the thing that I want to add is going to be the status of this class for them. Oh, and the term. So let's add the status first. And this is going to be a select. And I'm just going to have as the options in progress. And the other one is completed. And I'm just going to change that from red to green. And change this from green to gray. So this is kind of an important point because I might be setting up a course for my student to work on, and I've assigned them the course and I'm getting everything set up, but they actually haven't started that class yet. So I think maybe mid-fall semester I might start staging the class for their spring semester, or if we swapped classes, I might be staging that class and I've assigned it to them, but they haven't started the course. So I'm going to keep that status as empty. But once they're in the course, it's going to be in progress, and then whenever they've completed the course, whether they complete it outright or you've just decided to change focus and not do it, then I can mark it as complete, and then complete will actually allow, when I do the transcript, for this earned credit to show up in earned credit by setting it to complete. But we'll get more into that later in later videos when we're actually making use of that. And the other thing that I want to just do is the school term. The school term is going to be a relationship, so we're not going to do that yet. You'll see that coming soon. All right, so that's it for setting up this course as being enrolled. And if we come down here, you'll see now I've got Daya is enrolled in this course. And let's just do another one. So let's say that Zach is also taking that course. Again, I said at, and then the name of the course. And I'm assigning it to Zach. And then once this time, now that I've had all those connections made, this time when I say the course, it automatically pulls in that information that I want here. Okay. And then so, I haven't showed you like how to use the filters yet, but let's just quickly go in and say like Daya is already in the course, but Zach has not yet started the course. So you can see here status in progress, but blank. If I say like only show me the courses that are in progress. So I went to filter, I'm going to go to status, and I'm going to say the status is in progress. Now this is your way to control your view. So even though you might have staged courses, and then of course as they're completing classes, you don't want to see all that extra data, especially the completed ones. So you can have a filtered view. You can go in and just say, show me just what's in progress. Okay. Let's just do another one. So let's say that Zach is taking the home finance. Now this is not going to show up much information because I didn't put anything in there but except the credit. And let's say that Daya is taking the trig class. And I'm just going to do this one in line just so you can see I don't have to always go into the record to work on the record. I could just do it from table view. Okay. All right, so that's how enrolled courses go. That's a quick one because there's not much to it yet because I still have to now go and put, take what information I have about the assignments and apply it to the course. But to do that, I want to actually create their assignments in a task table so that this way we can show the status of assignments being done and then assigning those assignments to the course. So in the next video, that's what I'm going to do. So stay tuned. Thanks. Bye.